Hi, welcome to you. Today I take up the concept of the constitution for discussion. What is a constitution and is it necessary? Which country has a constitution? And what is the difference between state and a country? And in fact, you know that it is a politically organized society where we live, and each and every country has its own constitution. See, you live under a roof, right? People live in their houses, and even if they go to their offices, they have the roof there, right? Ceiling, and they live, they work under a roof, and constitution is just like that roof under which the life of state runs. So it is a set of rules and regulations under which the life of state goes on. So the politically organized society, when man gave up hunting and started living on the banks of river, as history says, or as the modern man believes, that idea of mine and thine crept in by then. So they started living, and the banks of river had become crowded. So rules and regulations were required to be formed. The sense of the politically organized society started by then itself, so that each other's interests could be protected. So, in the modern life, we live in a state in the sense that the organized set of rules and regulations are formed to safeguard the interest of each and every citizen of the country, and that is through three different organs of the government, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. And people choose their representatives in democracy, where the representatives, they do sit in the parliament, those who have been chosen from different constituencies, and they make laws, and executive body execute laws, judiciary interprets laws, and the law passed by the parliament, whether it is in accordance with the constitution or not, that has to be interpreted by the judiciary. That means all these three organs of the government, legislature, executive and judiciary, they gain their power from the constitution. So each and every activity of man in politically organized society, which is called state, runs as per the guidance, directions of the constitution. So every political agencies gain their rights to execute their function, to perform their function from the constitution, as the powers have been demarcated, distributed as per the constitution. So constitution becomes superior, all the more superior, even not the organs of the government, because organs of the governments also do gain their power from the constitution. As per the direction of the constitution, they will require to perform their duties. So even though we can say that the representatives of people, they sit in parliament, they make laws, they have got the power, and compared to the other two organs of the government, practically the parliament is more powerful, or you can say legislature is more powerful, because that is the combination, the house of representatives, the people's representatives, they sit because they gain power from general public. So they have got the support of majority, and they have got the power to make laws. Okay, in papers we can say that yes, they have more power, but still they cannot go against the constitution. So that means constitution is all the more superior, and it has got all the powers. It has the power to distribute the powers to the other organs of the government which runs the state. Then what is the meaning of state? State is not what we say as it is. State is a country. State in the political language refers to the country. So there is no word called country in fact, because state should have four components. One is population, territory, government and sovereignty. All these four components are equally important to form a state. Otherwise it cannot become a state. Now you can say in India, whether the Madhya Pradesh or Gujarat or Karnataka or Andhra Pradesh, we call them as states. But strictly speaking, it is not a state in political language, because it should have four components. Population, all of them have. Territory, yes, they have geographical area. And government, yes, they have got regional government. And then sovereignty is supreme power. But these regions don't have the sovereignty. Indian government has sovereignty, but not the Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra or Gujarat or Karnataka or Kerala or any other regions. They don't have supreme power because there is central government, central authorities. They can question the state or regional governments.